Hey guys, I want to make a video to talk to you guys about one of my favorite features of my new phone. Just for the record, it's the Samsung Galaxy S20 5G. Pretty awesome phone so far. I mean, this thing can get some pretty incredible speeds. I was out and about the other day and got up to 300 megabytes a second. And yeah, I've some days even my Google Fiber doesn't want to behave that well. Now, admittedly, the speed can be a little hit or miss, but that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about the Samsung Dex, and it is a feature that I've been wanting for a while because, well, as much as I like this screen, which is I want to say somewhere around 6.2 inches. There's a lot of times when I just don't generally want to have to do what I want to do on it on a small screen. So that is where this feature comes in. Now, for this little thing, I've got the Hutu. It is a Type-C HDMI out. It has 3 Type-A 3.0 USB ports, which also includes a full-size SD card reader and a micro. And on the back side, it actually has a Type-C pass-through, which allows us to put power into the phone while we're doing this. A big fear of mine would, of course, be that there wouldn't have been one of those, and I'd just be draining my phone the whole time. So, first thing we're going to do, turn it on, nice and zippy. We'll switch over to HDMI 2. And there we go. Plug that in. As you can see, my desktop is a bit messy. Now, there's a touchpad option in here, but I'm not going to bother setting that up because I have a keyboard and mouse, which work pretty well. Now, you may be noticing that the screen is off the edges. I haven't quite figured that out, but I know there is a way to fix this, like overscan. So we're going to pair a controller. Nice Xbox One controller. I want to say this particular controller came with the One S. As you can see, it's set up, as is our mouse and our keyboard. Just real quick, we can go here. Now, keep in mind, as it says, some games only work with the touchscreen, and I found that's very true, but the mouse does tend to do a good job for some of that. Okay, so here we have Castlevania Symphony Night. Once again, got good old controller. And very, perfectly responsive. That's what you get some days when you just want to talk, but your mouth doesn't want to listen. I'm not a huge fan of Castlevania, mind you, but I mean, this is a perfectly fine example, in my opinion, of how well it can work. Alright, we're going to move on to the next example. Now, some games, not this one, but some games will, in fact, not need to be reset to go full screen, but unfortunately this is not one of them. But I mean, it does have full controller support, much like Castlevania. I think I would probably recommend the mouse for getting around the menus though, because they can be a little bit of a hassle. with the controller sometimes. And you can see the controller click just like go all over the place sometimes. Alright, technically speaking, it looks like I've already finished all these. You ever found you have a word that you overuse? Technically, it's been mine. I just used it twice in one sentence. I really try to stop myself, but, you know, there's another word, you know. So, here we go. As far as racing games go, this is definitely on my list of favorites. Mostly because, despite its age, it still looks reasonable. I mean, oh. I mean, I'm running this on a 4K 60 Hz screen. And it's still looking pretty good. I mean, my ability to drive like this is a little questionable, but I should probably turn on some brake assist because I haven't played this actually in a few months. I get like that. I got my games I'll go back to. But I say the point is pretty clear that you can race and do all kinds of stuff while using Dex. Yeah, I think we're going to move on to the next example because this is not meant to be a long video. I just kind of wanted to show off some ideas. Now, House Flipper, for whatever reason, at least currently, does not fully support the controller.
Oh, my favorite game.
Now, you can do all that, but you can't look around, and I just don't know why. Now, if anybody has a good thought on why it doesn't, please let me know, because I can drag the mouse like that to look around, and in fact, you can even do a WASD setup like you're on a desktop. So I can go, I want to say this is the bathroom. Yep. Throw away the trash. I'm not sure where the heck I just put the trash, because, you know, I don't know, maybe I shoved it up behind them or something, you know, because, yeah. I haven't really had a good chance to play around with this game, but, I mean, it seems like it almost feels better than the desktop version in some ways. Well, this is not a place of this game or any one game, so we're going to be done now. But I will point out that just like a computer, you hit Alt F4, it closes the program. Now, you need to be mindful because just because it's not on your desktop doesn't mean it's still open. Sometimes I've noticed that it'll still be open here. Not this time, so, you know, go figure, make a lie around me, right? Let's try this. As you can see, I haven't even run Monster Hunter on here, so we're going to be learning this one together. Let's do a restart. I've never really gotten too much into Monster Hunter, so I may not have a lot to really offer as far as, you know, opinions on it. And, there we go. New game. We're going to skip this because our main concern is to see how well the controls work, or if they work at all. So right away I can tell you that the controller does not natively seem to be fully functional. We have no look or movement. The keyboard also does not work, but the mouse does work, but that's no way to play this game. So for right now, we're going to call Monster Hunter a failure. This is another game that I clearly haven't actually tried on here. Now, I've played a little bit of Call of Duty Mobile, and while I'm not going to say it's my favorite by any means, I know a lot of people enjoy it. So if you're into it, by all means, you'll probably have a blast playing on the S20. Wait for this thing to load. Might do a little jump cut here. Maybe not. This is currently working off our Wi-Fi. And Asus router, in fact. Later we'll try to make a video showcasing the actual speed of the 5G. It's looking more and more likely that I may end up cutting a lot of this. But if I don't, then y'all get to hear some of the thoughts on video making behind the scenes, as it were. It's generally not a good idea to run software for the first time on camera because of this. And for anyone who has to sit through watching this data load, I'm sorry. And I'm guessing it looks like we have no controller support still. It's going to be a real disappointment here. Especially given that it looks like it's going to try to force us to play a game before we can even mess with the settings. Yeah, we are being forced to play. Well, it looks like the controller settings are... we have controller support after all. Unfortunately, I tend to play inverted, and my controller is not inverted, so I'm probably going to die at least once. I don't know. Nope, that was not it. This makes for great TV, doesn't it, huh? Trying to remember everything on the fly. Boing, boing. What are you idiots doing? Well, apparently killing me. Well, once you get into the game, it looks like it runs really well. It's possible I have a bit of an unfair advantage given my controller. And these people are probably playing on a touchscreen. Normally, I'm the one who gets owned multiple times. I mean, they run around like they're blind. Yeah, if you're going to play this game, you are going to be at a major disadvantage against a controller player. Did you see how many people I took out there? I mean, that was,
Sorry, I was paying attention to my bingo game.
yeah, this is, kind of a slaughter, really. I mean, I'm going to be the top killer, and that's never something that happens in these kind of games. I am usually absolutely crap at this. My only real problem is that I have trouble finding people left and right. Well, again, not a video about any game, so that's that. I guess I ought to make sure to at least finish off the round and get my prizes for doing such a wonderful little job. 1400. I was the MVP, dear. I am never the MVP of anything. Oh, I feel bad for those people. Cause all right, let's close out. I think we should probably end this little Dex review by showing how not only we going from the phone to the screen, but from let's see here. Let's see if we can't go ahead and play a little Xbox. I mean, we got an Xbox controller. We got an Xbox Game Pass. We're already a member. For some reason, we're not signed in. Once again, probably not a great idea to do this kind of stuff without first, having it set up. But, that's just the kind of guy I am. Alright. Show me some great games. Sure would be sad if none of them were great. What do you think, dear? What game should we showcase? Alright. Share your feedback and favorite game villain. Don't think I really have a favorite game villain. Bob Page from Deus Ex was an interesting one, but to be honest, he wasn't super memorable. I mean, I don't think anyone outside the Deus Ex community probably knows who he is. But he is, in theory, the bad guy of the original Deus Ex. I bet some of y'all thought I was going to say something, like Ganon or Bowser. I mean, they're good villains, but Bob Page was the example of a man who took the good that everybody else had and tried to twist it for the evil of himself. Yep, I have got a pupper up there barking at the wind, because why not, right? I think we might be in a different language there.
Oh, you might be right.
Hopefully this isn't going to be any further than the odd cancel button.
She has to make her presence known.
Now y'all are probably wondering why is there no audio, and half the reason is I have my Bluetooth on, and half the reason is that I don't want to risk some audio playing that's going to get my video flagged. No, I will say I'm still not monetizing my videos. I'm keeping them completely unmonetized from the YouTube system. However, I am going to be looking into opening a Patreon account where all my videos will be available as they are uploaded, and that there won't be any delays. Otherwise, if you don't feel like you can spare anything, the videos will hopefully be continuing on at least a semi-daily basis. I know we have videos appearing currently each of the days that are coming up. Though by the time you're seeing this one, I don't have any more planned afterwards. I don't normally drive like that in the first person view, but while using my Oculus Quest 2, I found that if I play the game with it in first person view and starts the screen just right, it almost made it work like it was in VR, but not really. And for whatever reason, Microsoft does not officially support. In fact, as I understand it, they officially do not want people to play their game in VR. And some players have actually gotten banned over it. I don't know why, and if anybody has a good idea of what's going on, I'd love to know. I can only assume it's probably because of some unfair advantage a VR player would have when racing against non-VR players, but, I mean, technically speaking, and there's that word again, anybody who is in the cockpit mode can look, well, I thought you could, I guess you can't. Yeah, you can look around your cockpit. So, all the components that exist in the game, but hate to sound like a broke record, but this is not a Forza Horizon video, and while you can see there's some pixelating going on, and it's not perfect streaming to a cell phone on a Wi-Fi to a TV through Dex, but let's say I'm out of town. Let's say I'm going to my wife's hometown, Poplar Bluff, Missouri. Well, technically it's Donovan, but we always stay in Poplar Bluff. And I still want to get on and game, but I don't want to take the whole Xbox. Well, I can do this, and supposedly Poplar Bluff now has a 5G network going on. That's something we plan to test as soon as we can get back into town. I can hook this setup here in such a way that this will probably be like against the window, and the HDMI cable will run to the TV, and I should be able to do pretty clear Xbox gaming on whatever games are supported, at least. Alright, so overall, controller, mouse, keyboard, and adapter. This, by the way, is not an official Samsung Dex product. So my understanding is that if I were to go and get a proper Samsung Dex supported item, it might even work better. So something like that, I guess. So it is possible that we may do a follow-up video showcasing what a proper adapter would look like. I think what I'm going to do for y'all right now is I'm going to close out with just kind of show the typing, and that's it. Now this is an example of an app that I think will, well, don't. Let's go here, open a new document, and there we go. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Please give a thumbs up if you like the video. Share it with your friends and make sure you have subscribed if you haven't already. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you all in the next video. Take care, guys.